Yeah, on the animal space, V-I-C-E, cause no vice is strong enough to go again.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Uh, I don't know. I've got nothing, but I'm trying to stay in the habit. This is day 2 of some sort of an actual. I call it a video journal, is what I'm settling on, and time will tell how different that is from like vlogging. We'll see. Um, I'm feeling better today. I'm feeling good about everything and nothing. I've got maybe a car that's working a little bit better. I still can't get into anything on my phone, so that means it's just me and the camera. I've got no apps that I can download or get into. I can text and I can call, and that's better than nothing. But right now, I'm still pretty isolated and pretty cut off, and in a way, I don't hate it. I don't think that's a bad thing. Part of what I've gone through here is through circumstances and situations that I didn't choose or agree with at the time. I went without a phone for, like, a real phone for about a year, maybe more, maybe closer to 2 years. I'd have to sit down and do the math. Went without any form of social media for well over that amount of time. And I don't know, I've taken back some freedom, some independence, and it's nice. It's also lonely. I don't know what the future is going to look like as far as how that independence continues to look. I want to make sure I'm still staying very close in a lot of ways to that person. And I know for some of you guys that might sound crazy. That might be really tough. And I'm having a hard time with it too, because I want to make sure that clear boundaries are being established and that I do feel safe to speak my mind. And I can't do that if I feel that this person is still trying to have sway or influence or control over my actions and what I'm doing. And what's really tough and what's really difficult, if you've ever been in a situation like this, I still love this person deeply. I just need to create healthy boundaries with this person. And I am struggling to figure out how to do that if we're still seeing each other a lot and if we're still talking a lot, and especially if we're still, um, very close and very affectionate with each other. So, all of that to say, it was this individual's um, opinion or sway, persuasion, influence, I guess, that led me to not having a phone and no social media and cutting off some contact from some people. And it's very, very easy to look at that situation at the surface and say that that's toxic, that that's bad of that person to have done, that I was being manipulated or controlled, that it might have been in some ways a very unhealthy relationship at best and toxic or abusive relationship at worst. And I understand that point, but you also got to understand what I've done in that relationship, which was not good, which was not healthy, which was not kind or loving, not really. We'll get into a lot more of that as time progresses. I don't know that I'm ready to talk about all of it yet, but it's like this lighting. It's not bad for just a handheld. It's just a phone camera. It's all I got right now. I apologize for the audio. I bet it's pretty echoey in here. I have no microphone, so we're just working with what iPhone 16 has got to provide. So I understand. I understand that it's very easy with what I'm providing and the way I'm explaining it to say that that was a very unhealthy relationship, and in many ways it was. And that feeling forced or obligated or pushed or coerced, it's a tough word, that feeling pressured to do those things when it wasn't my decision was wrong and unhealthy. And that might be true. But what I will say is that having had adjusted to that lifestyle of not having any form of social media whatsoever, of not having a real phone. And I think some people are going to wonder, like, what does that even mean? Like, what do you mean it's not a real phone? It wasn't a flip phone, so it's not quite that archaic, but it wasn't far off. It's what they call a gab phone, not sponsored, but it's not a bad little device for what it's meant for, and it's meant to be a child-safe phone with parental controls that a parent can feel safe and comfortable giving their child so that that child can text and communicate with them and a handful of approved contacts, close friends, without any sort of internet access, without any sort of social media, email, any of it. So it's a phone as a phone was arguably intended to be. And there's a need for that. I actually really support the device and the idea in general. What I was not in support of, and what I think people out there need to be very careful of, if you're in a similar situation, is allowing yourself to be controlled. And by the way, in this particular relationship, I was also accused of being very controlling or very abusive or manipulative. Not necessarily abusive, but manipulative. And I don't necessarily know that that's wrong either. I think that might be incredibly accurate. I don't know. I have yet to start my first therapy session. Right now, I'm rocking with BetterHelp. Not sponsored, but if you're out there, I'll take it. I haven't done an ad read ever, but I feel like I could do all right. So if you're out there, BetterHelp, let me know. And after my first session, I'll let you know how I feel about the services. But that's what you got to be careful of. Is I love this person. I care deeply and passionately about this person, but don't allow that to be a rationalization for allowing yourself to be mistreated or allowing yourself to leave things unsaid if those things are going to eat at you and hurt you and bother you and cause any sort of resentment or harbor any negative feelings towards this person. Because if you're only going along with what this person is saying because it's what they think and it's not what you think and it's not what you believe, then that's not love in the way that positive love and positive relationships are meant to be. That's love hinged on fear that if I don't do this for this person, that they're going to become upset, or that they're going to become angry, or that they're going to be that they're going to use hurtful words, or potentially leave. Or it could look something a little bit different, which is I'm doing this for this person. I disagree with that, but it makes them happy. And seeing them happy makes me happy, or at least I enjoy seeing that person happy. But if it's coming at a cost of something that you're going to harbor and hold on to, then I really encourage you to look a little bit deeper and to seek to have a really open and honest conversation. And there's a way that that can be done lovingly. I'm very much of the mindset that whatever you have to say, find a way to say it lovingly. You can be kind as well as honest. And that's not to say that your truth is not going to come across as hurtful, because the truth does hurt. We know that, right? It does. But there's a way that you can speak your mind without being intentionally hurtful or malicious. But it requires a very open mind from both parties. So I guess that's where I'm settling on. I think without having gone to any therapy yet, I'm doing okay and processing some things. What do you guys think? I don't know. That's all I got for today. I think this is the lighting that I like. We'll see how the sound quality is. I apologize if it's absolutely terrible, but 10 minutes is probably a little bit too long for these little daily journal entries. Appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, please make sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell, the whole 9 yards. That's all I got. I'm Novice. Sounds weird to say it. That's the first time I've ever said it out loud. I'll find a way to work that into my intros moving forward rather than my outros. But just a novice, student of the world, just like us all. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.